Hello everybody and welcome to the 750 subscriber talk. Oh my gosh, it feels like I was only doing the 500 like 2 weeks ago, because it was literally 2 weeks ago. So, just for everybody in the know, in this episode I'm just going to be completing the ancient demon ruins. I'm here in the Nether, so this is what you're going to be seeing across the course of the video, because these fortresses, maybe, have just like spawned into each other and created a horrible mishmash. Like, this is just a random floating chunk. Obviously the stone is the repairs, but this is just a random chunk that doesn't connect to this. This nether wart room, you know, down there, has smashed into this, which has also smashed into that room down there. So it's all a big mishmash, and I'll go back that way in a minute. As you can see, there's a bridge over there to another part of the fortress which isn't connected to this part. And then when you get like that room that's just randomly connected to this bit, which is connected to that floating bit, or not connected, that just floats. And then there's this bit over here which just kind of leads to this one brick wall that doesn't do anything, but there's a whole load more of the fortress that's kind of floating over there, but it's not attached, because this bit, again, not attached, just floating in thin air. And then you've got all of this, and you know, clearly that balcony, there should be more to this like little balcony here, but it got smashed into that. So it's like 2 or 3 nether fortresses, and then there's another bit down there. So it's like 2 or 3 nether fortresses have just all kind of like smashed into each other and gone crazy. Yo, Magma Cube, you're rare. So what I'm thinking for the nether as I continue to build it is, I'm thinking I'm going to repair all this fortress, but like use a different stone. So this cracked stone, like it's cracked and withered away, like I have here. So I'm going to start rebuilding it, and it's going to be a maze basically, because where we've got the spawn point, or where the portal normally spawns in, but it always seems to disappear when I enter, like, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. I hate the nether. I don't know what the hell Microsoft's done to the nether, but it screws up on the regular, which is so stupid. But yeah, so because of where the spawn point is, it's quite high up, like here. This is quite high up, so if we were to, you know, just look at this fortress, you know, we're on this layer, that's on that layer down there. So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to make this entire, like, space, so the entire roof, as a foundation, and the towns are going to exist on this layer, but you can go through, like, let's just bust a doorway here, or somewhere. I think I already made a doorway, yeah. So you could take a doorway down to this room, which would lead you into the underground maze. But what really matters is the town on this layer, and that's like the secret ruins buried under the town. Because I've been playing a lot of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door with my friend, and I'm like, oh man, because this is like all ancient ruins, I'll repair it so it all connects together. But imagine if we built the town here, and then we had the ancient ruins below the town, and if you could solve the maze of the ruins, you could find the 1000-year door itself. So that's what I was thinking, and I think I quite like that idea of just having this ancient civilization, this ancient ruins as a giant maze, and if you can solve it, you find the 1000-year door, and then the town is just built all up here, and obviously the foundation's all over the top of the ancient ruins. So yeah, we've got a 1000-year door thing going on in the nether. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be continuing to fix up the ancient ruins, you know, just putting like this down like this, and that's your footage. So we'll get into the 750 subscriber talk, because as I say, oh my gosh, it wasn't 2 minutes since I was doing the 500 subscriber talk, and then here we all are. You did it. You did it. You made it. So I'm talking about it because a lot of people might be somewhat confused at how I made it, because obviously my joke of the subscriber specials is the chocolate milk. You know, it was there from 100 subscribers, and I thought, oh, you know, that's the joke, that's the theme, we'll just run with that. So we'll just have like chocolate milk in every video, and it'll always be covering me in some way, be it out of a glass or from like the 500 one out of a super soaker. And I was thinking, okay, so that's the joke, that's the theme we'll do. And the Super Soaker one, interesting fact, the Super Soaker one was actually supposed to be the was supposed to be the 750, and the one that I did with the white Kyurem suit was supposed to be the 500. Like, that key, or the chocolate milk turning into the key, is supposed to be 500, and then the Super Soaker was 750. But I completely forgot about it. Or, at the last point when I remembered, I was like, okay, so I'll have the Super Soaker, and I'll get shot with the chocolate milk out of the Super Soaker, but then it'll have the key at the end, because the key is kind of representative of 500. I'll say why in a moment. And then I just completely forgot about the key, and I was like, oh crap, I completely forgot about the key, oh no, this is terrible, what can I do? So then, I got 750, and I could have planned it out a lot better, you know, I'll admit that, because it was, if you couldn't tell, slightly lower in production value, but I was thinking like, right, I need to plan something out. And I could plan this big, grand, epic, scaled thing out, but I don't really have anything that can really, you know, have this key installed. There's nothing that can have this key installed. And it's like, well, what we can do is we can just have a nice, basic subscriber special. So it'll be nothing fancy, it'll be nothing special. So we'll make it look a little bit more low quality on purpose, but then we'll include the key in the easiest way possible, which is obviously the chocolate milk being chocolate milk and then magically turning to the brown key with magic. So that's what I thought on that, and I'm like, right, so that's going to work, and then it turned into the key, and then obviously White Kyurem led me out the door to the to be continued, because there's a thing about that, which people are like, what a weird way to end it, because it ended in a weird way, you know, because of the key. So it was a weird way to end it, because that key is supposed to be representative of the key to YouTube. Because, like, when you are a YouTuber, and this is everybody, if you are in the gaming side of YouTube, YouTube or the AAA market doesn't see you as a real YouTuber till you get 1,000 subscribers. Like, I've tried to get review copies of several game companies, and they've just outright said no. Now, despite me having, I think it's something like 65 reviews in my portfolio, which have only got more views, you know, over time, they've still said no. And it's like, oh, come on, man, you can't. I mean, look at my Mighty Number 9 one, my Mighty Number 9 one, up to this point, because it never seems to stop. Like, that seems to be the most popular one, but Mighty Number 9 has got 23,000 views. You can't really deny that, can you? And it's like, no, we can't. And this is like what companies have said to me. And I wanna, as I say, I wanna make this a more Jimquisition style episode when I reach 1,000, so I'll get the emails, I'll show all the stuff on screen. This is just a quick kind of summarization of what the key actually is. But, yeah, you know, you've got people like Nintendo that are saying, no, we don't doubt your credibility. We doubt that you are a legit source. We are saying that you are a legit, you know, reviewer. That's not what we're doubting. But for legal issues, technical issues, I don't know what exactly it is, they won't class you as a quote-unquote real YouTuber until you've got 1,000 subscribers. And the 1,000 subscribers is kind of like this giant gate, you know. Like, imagine Attack on Titan. That's a good one. So let's get Attack on Titan up, right? And let's look on screen at the Attack on Titan map. So you've got your 3 rings. So you've got your most inner circle where the castle is, the outer circle, and then the outer circle, and the 3 walls. And then beyond that 3rd wall is the wilderness, where all the Titans rule and you're basically screwed. If we turn this into YouTube, this outer wall, this utmost outer wall, is like the 1,000 subscribers, and anything beyond this wall is desert. Like, it's just complete and total desert. There's just wilderness, wastelands, this is where all the trolls with 0 subscribers, they're not interested in getting subscribers. They're there specifically to create a shitty account that's never going to get any subscribers, specifically for the purpose of trolling. You're out there in the desert, in the wilderness, and it's every man for himself. And when you get to 500 subscribers, that's like the halfway point. And the key is kind of like a symbolic thing, like you found the key to the wall, because once you get to that gate, once you get to 1,000 subscribers, you can use the key that you've got to open the door on that giant wall and officially get into the city of YouTube, so to speak. So it's like, hey, here's your key. Now carry that key another 500 subscribers, and then you unlock the door to YouTube, and bam, you're in. You've made it. You are in, like, Nintendo's eyes, YouTube's eyes. You are quote unquote a official YouTuber. You're really wanting to make a go of it. You're really trying to do it as a career. You're trying to make it big. You're trying to be professional. This is not you creating an account just to leave a couple of happy or negative comments, or like a few videos, dislike a few videos. This is you making a legit go of it. So once you get 1,000, you're at the wall, and obviously 1,001, you've unlocked the door, you're through the wall, you're now a official YouTuber. You're now officially within the city. And while when you've only got 1,000, it's kind of like, again, Attack on Titan. You're still only in the slums because you're only in the first ring. It's like you're no longer out there in the wastelands. You're no longer every man for himself eating like cactus. You've done it. You're in the town. You've only got a slummy little apartment, but that's still an apartment in the city of YouTube. And now all of the businesses within inside YouTube, like Nintendo, say, hey, you got 1,000 subscribers. You are now in the YouTube circle. You're now in the city of YouTube. And because you've now, quote unquote, got an apartment inside the city of YouTube, we can see you as a real YouTuber. And, you're a lot more viable to receive rewards, if that's the word that I'm looking for here. It's not quite the word, but you know what I mean. Like how the Completionist and MatPat get invited to the Treehouse because they've got like 1 million subscribers. They're in like the second ring. PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye, all the really big guys that have got over 10 million Diamond Play Button, they're in the tiniest ring. They're in the super ring. So they get all sorts of crazy crap. But once you get into that second ring, like MatPat Completionist, it's like, hey, you like Nintendo? Why don't you come to the Treehouse? Why don't you live react to Cloud? Yeah, Cloud's coming out on the Smash Brothers. Why don't you live react to that? In fact, MatPat, why don't you have an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto himself? Why don't you have a little fun time thing with Reggie that you did a few weeks back? Because you are in the second tier of the Attack on Titan city, or YouTube city. You're getting all the big rewards because we as a AAA company can clearly see that you're someone that we want to get to know because you've got a big influence in the community. Whereas, when you're out there in the wild like me, it's like, yeah, you're just still out in the wild, you can't get anything, you're not entitled to any rewards. But when you get 1,000, you get into the city, you get in that slums in the first ring. So while you won't get as many rewards like, being invited to the Treehouse, you are now at least eligible for review copies from AAA. So rather than having to go to my GameStop and saying to the manager, like, hey, look, manager, you, me, we're friends. I know you've got that game in the back, in the stock room, and you're not releasing it till next week because legally you can't sell it till next week. But because we're mates, you're going to slip me one under the desk. And obviously the manager's like, yeah, we've been friends for a while. Here's a copy a few days early. So, there you go. Just keep it on the down low a little bit, which, that's why I don't say his name. But yeah, so it's like, you have to kind of do underhanded things in the quote-unquote YouTube desert to get copies early, to follow embargo, and try and get your channel to grow. And that's what AAA fails to realise. You've got all of these other people that will get the review copies. They get the reviews out early. Everybody's watching them. They get bigger. They hardly make the smaller channels bigger. And all the little channels suffer from it because they're not allowed the same treatment. You know, they're not allowed to get these review copies because they haven't got 1,000 subscribers. You know, they're not eligible, and Nintendo won't bat an eyelid. And it's not just Nintendo, you know, it's EA, Activision, everybody. But, you know, they won't bat an eyelid until you've got the 1,000 subscribers, until you're in YouTube City. So the whole idea of the key, which I showed off in my 750 video. I'll take this off now and I'll continue working on this little C. But yeah, the whole idea of the key was like, that's the key to the quote-unquote YouTube City. So when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a spoiler, but when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to use the key on a door like this. I'm going to have a look around England and find like the biggest door I can, like possibly the giant Chinese gate that's in Manchester. But I'm going to find this huge ass door and use the key on it, and you're just going to have this shot of this huge ass door opening as a little thing to be like, hey, you made it. So that's the reference to the key. It's supposed to be symbolic of the key to YouTube. So that's what the key is. And, you know, that was supposed to be showed off at 500 because it's like, hey, you're halfway there. That's halfway. That's a big thing. And for showing that you can get halfway, for celebrating your halfwayness, here is the key. Now carry that 500 more subscribers. But obviously, I actually forgot to do it at 500. So now it's just like, here's your key. Carry it at 250. Which is almost 200. I think last time I checked, which was this morning, I had 790. So let's just call it 800 to round it up. So I'm only 200 away rather than 250. But yeah, it's quite a special. You know, it's a really special thing to have that key. Like when you, I mean, obviously the key was purchased as a joke and more symbolism, but it kind of still holds true. Like when you hold that key in your hands and you're like, shit, I've made it halfway, so to speak. This is the key. This is the key to YouTube. This is where you have to start like getting into it for real. And you know, I'm gonna go through the updates momentarily, like the things that I've been doing with Malik's, you know, like the letters. But it's like, this is the key to YouTube. This is here. And you know, 500, you're like, oh, you still got 750 to go, and this was like my kind of mistake. It's like, oh, you've still got 750 subscribers to go, you're kind of alright, but I did it at 750, so it's like, not only is this the key to YouTube, but this is the home stretch. And again, I'm still in shock about that, because it's like, this is the home stretch. There's no more like little subscriber videos to go. There's no more little mess arounds, no more stalling in a way, because that's kind of what the 500 and 750 are. They're kind of just stalling for time till you get your 1,000, and then you can, depending on whatever your career is, you can start pulling assets. Like myself, I'm in the game industry, and I can start pulling assets, like asking gaming companies for review copies, with them providing a potential response rather than just saying you need 1,000. Or, you know, if you're in the movie reviewing industry, because movies are a big thing on YouTube, you can start talking to Legendary Pictures, or I'm not really sure of other moviegoers, but you know, you can start talking to Legendary Pictures and Marvel and stuff, and try and get a premiere or a premiere ticket. So rather than waiting for it to come out in the cinema, you could potentially go to the opening night, the premiere launch, if you're close enough to a premiere launch. Like if you live in London, for example, and I'm trying to think of a film that come out recently. What come out recently? World of Warcraft. I watched that yesterday. That'll probably be in its own video though. But yeah, you know, World of Warcraft came out the other day, and it's like, you could get a ticket to see it a week before everybody else, like the real film critics do. You know, like the real celebrities, the real film critics. They're like, oh, well, we get to go to London to the Xiaoping super expensive Queen's Theatre on King's Row. And it's like, yeah, but I don't. I've got to wait for it to come out in the cinema. But I keep reviewing movies on YouTube. And now that you got that 1,000, it's like, oh, man, I could be with those real movie critics. I could be watching this film a week before everybody else. So, you know, once you get your 1,000, you get all these assets, and you feel it when you get 750. If you're trying to become a YouTuber yourself, I know of quite a few people that are kind of following me. I'm kind of rambling. What am I up to here? 20 minutes, Jesus. But, you know, I'll wrap it up, this amazing feeling. But, yeah, when you get 750 and you kind of feel like you know all these assets are coming, you know, you've got all of this world that's about to open up to you. You know, you can email companies and potentially get a valid response rather than just you need 1,000. When you know that this big world is about to open up to you, when you've got that key in your hands and you're at 750, so you're on the home stretch, you're holding that key. And you slowly, because I'm not saying it's going up quite as fast as it did, but, you know, you got that key, and you're slowly watching the numbers tick up, and you're holding that key like, this world's about to open up. This entire thing is about to open up, and it's unbelievable. It truly is, because it allows you to take it a lot more seriously. And when I say a lot more seriously, I don't mean as in like, oh, it's going to be all corporate, we're going to buy a marketing team. But I mean like, when you're a small time YouTuber, you know, less than 1,000, obviously you've got none of these rewards that open up to you, so to speak. So you just kind of think, oh well, I'll just mess around, I'll make some crappy videos, see where it goes. But then you get the 750 and you start ticking up to 1,000, and it's like, oh shit, I've got to take it a little bit more professional now. Like, I've got to upgrade my editing software, I've got to upgrade my microphone, I've got to get some more visually appealing thumbnails. You know, I've got to really start going to that next level now, because it's not just about making the shitty videos anymore. Because now that you've got this, you know, now that you've got this potential world opening up to you, you want to make your channel look a little bit more presentable. You want to make sure that it looks nice, not only for like Nintendo, who may look at a few videos to decide whether I'm getting a review copy or whatever, but not only to make the company say, yeah, this guy's got a very nice thumbnails, very visually appealing thumbnails. He's got quite a very good audio setup, so he's not crackling and like making horrible popping sounds, because I've got a pop filter. So, you know, you've got to make your videos a little bit more appealing. You've got to up the game now, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, I didn't expect to get 750 as fast as I did, because I said in the 500 subscriber talk, and this is where the updates are going to come in now, by the way. I said in the 500 subscriber talk that I was getting a lot of stuff sorted for 750 to make it a lot more professional. And then you're like, no, you've got to here's the 750, you've got to get your professional shit ready for 1,000. And it's like, whoa, hold the phone. I've got to get it ready for 1,000 now? It's like, yeah, you've got to get it ready for 1,000 now. And it's like, mind blown, kind of. So, quick updates, just to try and not make this video drag on too long, because it is really all about you. I would not be here because of you. Thank you all. I want to save that till last, but I will probably reiterate that 1,000 times. But you're about to, every one of you, thank you, every one of you. You're all about to make it become the dream come true, in a way. I mean, I can't leave my current job. You need more support than that. That's where monetary support comes in. That's for 1,000 subscribers. But, you know, you need, when you've got 1,000, it's like, you made that happen. You made all of the AAA companies, you know, for me, because I'm more gaming than movies and makeup and whatever else goes on YouTube, vlogging. But like in terms of me, which is a game person, you know, you made that happen. You've made this 1,000 subscriber thing happen, and yeah, so it'll once it does happen, it'll all be thanks to you guys. But yeah, so over the next 250 subscribers, I mean, as I say, I've got 790, so I'll call it 200. But over the next 200 subscribers, I'm going to work really hard to try and get everything ready for 1,000. So I'm gonna, across the course of this next week, I might just pull back on a few videos. You know, I might take a break from a couple of videos to get everything ready, because Malix is drawing me up the nice letters that I can use on my thumbnails. I'll bring this up again right now. One of my thumbnails would usually look like this, where I'm sitting at a desk with the picture in question, and I'd have this really crappy Microsoft Paint writing. Whereas, as you can see here on the screen, Malix has been working really hard. He said he could get it done by the end of July. He's up to N right now. Amazing friend, very amazing. And he said, like, I'm going to get this done by the end of July. And, you know, I was expecting only 700 by the end of July. That's why I'm saying, wow, you guys, you really pulled it out. But yeah, so he's going to try and push a little bit harder to get that done, maybe before the end of July, but I'm not going to stress him out about that, because we did have a deadline of the end of July. So the next time you see thumbnails, or by the time we get to 1,000, as long as it doesn't jump up too quickly, but by the time we get to 1,000, all these letters and numbers will be done, so I can make the thumbnails look a lot more attractive. You know, they won't have that crappy MS Paint on them. They'll each have these lovely golden spiral letters on them, as will the final verdicts. You know, final verdicts usually look like this. We have the gems all done and dusted, but the final verdict's still in that crappy Camtasia box, whereas it will actually be the words final verdict written out in the golden spiral text. So that's one update. Another update is I'm going to update my recorder. I'm using Camtasia right now. If you've watched the show for any period of time, Camtasia does tend to crash quite often, not all the time. So I'm looking at getting Sony Vegas, because then I can do so much more editing. I can make it a lot more appealing for everybody. And, you know, like Tears of Grace. Like, if we just bring up a Tears of Grace clip right now.
That noise of 1,000 dying, squealing kittens with helium in their veins. I should have read the tutorial how to fly, because I actually don't know how to get higher. Smoke weed every day. No, I'm not miserable. They weren't spinning. I assumed they were going to set my plump little plumber butt on fire.
There you go. You know, he had visual, you know, he had visual jokes on screen. He can move the little dolls around. He can, like, make that shattering effect on the glass. He can do lots of different, you know, effects and things on Sony Vegas, which Camtasia is very limited, because while it's not Windows Movie Maker, you know, your starting thing, because most people will start with Windows Movie Maker, while it's not Windows Movie Maker, it will be, it's just a little bit above Windows Movie Maker. So you can make a quality video. You know, this is going to be well, I mean, that's a matter of opinion on the person that's talking. You know, my ramblings might not be that high quality, but, you know, in terms of visuals and actual audio balancing and stuff, though, you can get that level of quality, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so Camtasia is only really one up from Windows Movie Maker. It's an okay movie making program, and I'd say for people that haven't got that much money but don't want to use Windows Movie Maker, this is a good jumping off point from Windows Movie Maker. But you're really looking to get something like Filmora or Sony Vegas. You're wanting to look at getting a top piece of software. So across the course of this next 200 subscribers, I will be upgrading the letters to the Spyro letters. I'll be upgrading my recording software from Camtasia to Filmora or Sony Vegas, whichever I do choose. The microphone is a Blue Snowball right now, and I think that's great for what it is right now. I have got a Blue Yeti, but I can't get it to work, so maybe I'll come back to it. I'll have another fiddle with it. I've been continuously fiddling with the Blue Yeti. I'll take a picture of it on my phone right now. There it is on the screen for you all now. So I have got one, and I've messed with the wires several times, but it thinks that the Blue Yeti's a speaker and not a microphone, so it won't record sound. And it's just like, no, this is a speaker. Sound comes out of it, but obviously sound doesn't come out of it because it's not a speaker. So I'm just like, why is it saying the Blue Yeti is a speaker? And I've had that Blue Yeti for quite a few years, but every computer I've had, Windows 7, Windows 10, it just always thinks it's a speaker. So I don't know what the solution to that is. But hey, if you guys can tell me the solution, if you know the solution to solving that, then I can upgrade my microphone from a Blue Snowball to a Blue Yeti. So please, if you know that solution, let me know. So I have got 2, potentially 3 updates on this channel coming. And then for the other things, I've got like this Spyro thing here. That is a Source Filmmaker model that can be fully animated, and rather than the static images, I want to animate that. I want to do that on streams. I want to conduct more live streams, but that's going to be for 1,000 subscribers because I still need to set up Source Filmmaker. It's installed, but I still need to set it up and mess around with it a little bit. So, and again, I would have done this for 750, but you guys are so amazing. You all just came up behind me so fast, and here we are. So I didn't have time. So yeah, across the course of this next 200 subscribers, videos will still come, but I'm just going to pull it back a little bit, and I'm just going to focus more time on finishing up any admin stuff I've got to do. Like, I'll get the letters done off Malix, I'll sort out my computer ready for Sony Vegas, and I'll just, across the next 200 subscribers, I'll still upload videos, I'll still try and make them as entertaining as possible, but I'll just kind of rein it back a little bit and do a little bit more admin work just to get it all ready for 1,000, just to make sure that when that 1,000 hits, we are ready to take the next step, because this 750 crept up on me so fast I wasn't ready. And yeah, I mean, as I say, I couldn't have predicted it because I did have a slow crawl, but that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to keep you here because we're at like, what, 40 minutes now? 32, but yeah, so I'm not going to keep you here any longer. But all I can say is, yeah, I'm on the final countdown. I'm on the home stretch. In 210 more subscribers, I'll hit the 1,000, and 211, I'll be at 1,001. I'll be in that door. I'll be that key, that symbolic key will be in the quote unquote YouTube gate, and I'll be in YouTube City. I'll be classed, in YouTube's eyes, in a lot of big companies' eyes. I'll be classed as a real YouTuber, and we can really, you and me, because it's all thanks to you, but you and me, we can really make a good go of this once we hit that 1,000. But again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. It is really, truly amazing that you guys are supporting me, and you are all really, really fantastic. You have all been you've all been so much of a pleasure to have on the channel, because you're all amazing with each other. I'll just bring this up again. I've had videos that have had some controversy on them. Mighty Number 9, there were a few people that enjoy Mighty Number 9. I didn't like it myself, and they were a little bit negative, but I said, why do you think it deserves better? They give me their reasons, and I said, yeah, good. And we've all had a civil conversation, and even when I've not been there was one that said about Five Nights at Freddy's, which is always controversial, and they said Five Nights at Freddy's was made on a budget of $0 and is better than Mighty Number 9. Bit of a risky comment, could start a lot of controversy. and I've kept my eye on that particular thread. Like, I've not commented on it, I've just watched it, and you've all not been nasty to each other, not been mean to each other. You've all just had a friendly debate. Some of you have said I don't particularly like Five Nights at Freddy's or its fandom, but you've been understanding, and you've just all had a lovely discussion, and that's what I want to promote. You know, going forward to this 1,000 subscribers, that's what I like to see. That's what I want to promote. Let's never fight. Let's never have a racket. Let's all be understanding of each other, and let's break this horrible, because this is something I really do hate, where, you know, you'll have all these YouTubers that go into the comment sections as a joke. You know, like JonTron in one of his episodes. I mean, it's done in others, where he'll read like 3 comments and then pass out because apparently they're that bad. And then you've had other people where they're like, oh, the YouTube comment section is cancer, it's just always a war zone. It's like, let's break that trend. Let's be the ones to break that stigma, because I know and I've seen that if you just say to people, I don't mind if you don't agree, if you say it's shit, don't just say it's shit for the sake of saying it's shit. Give a reason why it's shit. Say, I think, you know, I think this game is complete shit because of these reasons. And some people will say, then I think it's good for these reasons. But don't just discredit those reasons. Take them on board. See if you can see why people like it. And, you know, the reverse applies. If you absolutely like something, take it on board and see why people hate it. And get a discussion going. And let's just show YouTube that YouTube comment sections can be great, because you guys are really making this comment section great. You are being amazing. And I did a pony game a while ago. I looked at a game called Ambient and I said, look, I know My Little Pony is a controversial subject, but let's take Ambient herself, you know, the character. Let's take the pony character out of it. It doesn't matter if she's a pony. Let's ignore the fact she's a pony, and let's focus on how it looks, the fantastically creative gameplay with how you can, like, press different button combinations to cast different spells, you know, because you could easily have something like that in Skyrim where you cast different spells. So it's like, let's take Ambient herself out of it, and let's just have a discussion about the game. And that's what all you guys did. You didn't argue about who's a pony fag, who hates ponies. No arguments whatsoever. You were all absolutely amazing. You all discussed it. You all just talked about the combat system, talked about the spell casting, how nice it looked. You all made it a discussion rather than a war zone. So, yeah, you guys, you're great. You are absolutely fantastic. Like, I can't praise all my subscribers enough. If I could, and I can't because there's just way too many at this point, and, you know, if I did it every video, then every video would be 2 hours long. But if I could, I would personally thank every single one of you. You know, I would go through every name on my subscriber list, and, you know, I'll just read like a few, but I'd be like, thank you Dark Blue Fire, thank you Purple Star. I would go through my entire subscriber list and thank every single one of you, and I only know those two because they commented on my last video, so they're still fresh in my mind from the comments. But yeah, you know, I would go through every single one of you and thank you all personally if I could. If I really could, I would just be like, thank you Dark Blue Fire, thank you Purple Star. You are all truly amazing. You are all showing that you can all just get along, and you're all, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here, and you're all pushing me towards that 1,000 subscribers where, as I say, once we hit that, then we as a team, because you are the team, you are the wind beneath my wings, you are the thing that makes this whole thing possible. So, you know, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, then we as a team can make a real go of this, and we'll see where that road leads. But for now, thank you all for watching this 750 talk. Updates, I'm going to rein it back a little bit and do some admin work. Updates will be coming once I hit 1,000 subscribers. But again, thank you all so much. Thank you. so much that I just can't say it enough. Thank you so much for everything, for all that you are doing, all that you have done, and all that you will do, and you truly are all amazing. Great. I hope you all, no matter what you're doing right now, I hope you're all having a great day. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and if you're feeling a little down, then just know, even if you're a little bit down, I hope this video cheered you up. You've made me very happy. It's my happiness is because of you, so don't feel down, because you've made someone happy, and that is myself. And you know, hopefully my really crappy jokes and videos also make you all happy. I hope if you are feeling down in any way, you watch one of these and it makes you feel a little bit better, because at the end of the day, that's why I'm here. If if one person says this cheered me up, or if even a single person says this made them smile, then successful video, my work's done. Even if it gets 1,000 dislikes, doesn't matter. That one person said made them happy. So yeah, thank you all once more, and I'll see you tomorrow with 2 reviews. It's just one last message here. It is now the summer games drought, as it always is. There are no games left to review. I've only got 2 left, which is Slime Rancher, that I've had on the back burner for a while because I wanted to wait for one update to see what had changed, because it was an early access game, a lot of stuff going on it, and the Ghostbusters video game, which was a lot of you in the comments requested it. Like, here's a comment on the screen. Yeah, you guys have been requesting that one, and apparently that's the last game before the summer games drought. So yeah, Slime Rancher and the Ghostbusters game are going to be reviewed over the next 2 weeks, and those will be the last reviews till we get back to near Christmas. But yeah, that's what's the name, and I might be able to do Ghostbusters tomorrow, because I got it today and I've played. I haven't finished it, but put it this way, I don't want to finish it, and I've played enough of it to give an analysis, because it's pretty bad. But yeah, so maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. But again, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do feel free to leave a like. If you have somehow randomly found this video, then please do feel free to subscribe. There is more stuff to come, and there are links to my other things below, like Twitter, so you can see what I'm doing every now and again when I tweet, and DeviantArt and Patreon if you do want to go the extra mile and support me. But yeah, so thank you for watching. You are all the best. Again, thank you, and I will see all of you in the next one.